It's time to reveal it all, but we're not going full Monty here. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Andrew here, and I'm going to reveal everything that I know about, well, everything I can say that I know about, Halloween Horror Nights 25. We're going to start off with the shows, then the scare zones, and the houses. And at the end, I'm going to answer a couple questions that I got online. Who knows, by the end of it, you might even know where I'm located at. Before I begin, I want to say thanks to the characters that are providing the photos for me. I also wanted to mention my experience at this year's first rehearsal. I made a lot of great connections, including my good friend Ben here. He's a little elusive. Also, I was blown away with how many people are there. What you can get out of that is there will be more characters than ever in any Halloween Horror Nights. And during the rehearsal, I learned some stuff about costuming and makeup, basically things that I didn't think I would know. These guys go all out trying to figure out what is the best way and performing the best way to scare you. And the amount of energy from the performers that I met, it was amazing. And I'm not trying to be biased here, but I feel that my group is the most intense. Actually, I think the HR department might be worried. This year's event has 2 live shows. First is Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. Yes, Bill S. Preston, Esquire, and Ted Theodore Logan will be back to make fun of anything that is in current pop culture. The second show is called The Carnage Returns. This show is hosted by the Master of Mayhem himself, Jack the Clown. He will also have his army of feared followers and his main squeeze, Chance. I gotta be honest, I have a little crush on her. This show will be on stage out in the streets across from Mel's. Now let's get into some scare zones. The great thing about scare zones is that you've got some super dedicated scare actors that are going to scare you constantly, and there's no lines. First scare zone is Psycho Scarapy Unleashed. And this isn't the brand Psycho Scarapy's first rodeo here, but I'll explain their history a little bit more later on. In this scare zone, you are going to see the criminally insane inmates of Shady Brook Asylum, and they're unleashing their own particular brand of horror. How are they doing that? By having their very own Halloween block party in the streets of New York. One thing that you can look for in this scare zone, shadow kills in the building's windows. Also, the inmates are going to be hosting their very own costume contest. And believe me, they're going to kill for the best Halloween costume. See what I did there? So make sure you join the party. Who knows, you might become the judge. Oh, and by the way, this is one of the most bloodiest scare zones in Halloween Horror Nights history. The second scare zone is called Icons, HHN. This is the 25th anniversary. So of course you're going to see some great Halloween Horror Nights icons here. You're going to see the caretaker, the storyteller, the director, among others as they roam the streets of Hollywood. Oh yeah, remember the Rat Lady? Yeah, she's going to make it there too. And if you've never seen the Rat Lady live, seriously, go check her out. It will give you the heebie-jeebies. Third scare zone is called Scary Tales Scream Punk. Now, steampunk is a pretty popular theme, and we've seen it in scare zones like Saul's and Steam's debut in Halloween Horror Nights 20 in 2010. So Halloween Horror Nights is taking the popularity of steampunk and the original property of Scary Tales and mashing them together here. And I'll be talking more about Scary Tales later on in the video too. Now, I am a fan of steampunk, so I am definitely looking for the terrifying twist of these characters. Fourth scare zone is called Evil's Roots. Now, this takes place at the Universal Studios Central Park area. In the daytime, it's pretty peaceful. Nighttime is a completely different animal. No, not that animal. First, there's going to be humanoid bats. Think of Halloween Horror Night 21 scare zone Grown Evil, but a whole new level. Plus, there's going to be evil scarecrows, and there's going to be evil fairies, and a lot more evil stuff. Because it's called Evil Roots. That's called truth in advertising. The fifth and final scare zone is called All Night Die-In Double Feature. Does All Night Die-In sound familiar? It should. It was the director's house in Halloween Horror Nights 13 in 2003. They made a sequel during Halloween Horror Nights 16 in 2006. This year, it's at the Cary Drive-In Movie Theater. It'll be located in the downtown streets of the San Francisco area. There are going to be plenty of scary movie monsters in this scare zone. Now, there is something about this scare zone that I really want to tell you, but I can't tell you. And it is killing me. But I can say this. Do not go into this scare zone only once. You have to come back to this scare zone a couple of times to get the full effect. Believe me, you'll thank me later on it. So let's get into the houses. First is American Werewolf in London. That made its debut in Halloween Horror Nights 23 in 2013. It became an instant classic, mostly due to the fact that it was based on the classic 1981 film by John Landis. Here's what you can expect in this house. You're going to find yourself back on the English moors fending off attacks. And you are going to see the intense bone-crushing transformations that made this movie an iconic movie to begin with. And even though that this house is an encore house, the wolf pack has increased. That means there's going to be more wolves. So definitely be on the lookout because you never know when they're lurking. Oh, and they have a new look this year too. Next house. Jack presents 25 years of Monsters and Mayhem. Consider this a best of compilation album. You know, from the previous 24 years of Halloween Horror Nights. Believe me, this is the type of reunion you want to be invited to and go to. You're going to get a chance to relive all the haunting moments from the previous years. You will see Universal classic monsters attacking from the shadows. You will have meat-grinding maniacs trying to rip out every scream from your throat. And you will see the ghosts of Horror Night past spooking it up. Spooking it up. If you got a favorite character or a favorite house, chances are it's going to be in this one. Another house is Run, Blood, Sweat, and Fears. When you enter this house, consider yourself to be one of the luckiest contestants on the most brutal and popular television show called Run. If you need a reference, think of The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, with an 80s theme. Side note, Run debuted in Halloween Horror Nights 11 in 2001 with lost icon Eddie Sawyer. Due to the terrorist attacks of 9/11, they had a retcon. They changed his name to Eddie Schmidt, Jack the Clown's brother. Eddie returned in Run, Hostile Territory in Halloween Horror Nights 16 in 2006. It had more of the feeling of the movie Hostel than a game show. This year, the game show's back, and you're going to have to try and avoid skilled assassins called Reapers. You're going to have to work through death obstacles that are designed to mangle and shred. This, of course, is for the amusement for the audience at home. The ratings are going to be a killer. Oh, and here's a bonus about the house. Remember Hellgate Prison? That made its debut in Halloween Horror Nights 14 in 2004. Well, the now run-down Hellgate Prison has been selected as the battleground layout. To the next house, Asylum in Wonderland 3D. Asylum in Wonderland originally started as a scare zone in Halloween Horror Nights 18, 2008. However, this year it's been incorporated with Scary Tales, which originally debuted in Halloween Horror Nights 11 in 2001. Now, Scary Tales has been a strong franchise for Halloween Horror Nights. Scary Tales 2 was in Islands of Fear. That was Halloween Horror Nights 12 in 2002. Then Scary Tales 3, aka Once Upon a Nightmare, was in Halloween Horror Nights 18 in 2008. Expect this house to focus on only one scary tale, Alice in Wonderland. You are going to follow the White Rabbit through the Looking Glass. However, on the other side is a murderous 3D Wonderland. All the beloved characters have a nightmarish twist here. And the only thing that you're going to do is question yourself, is this in Alice's mind, or is all these characters real enough to kill you? Last but not least, Body Collectors Recollections. The Body Collectors debuted in Halloween Horror Nights 15 in 2005. They returned in Collections of the Past in 2008 for Halloween Horror Nights 18. And this year, they're on the hunt for more human body parts that they so desperately need. Why do they need them anyways? It's probably better that I don't know. I mean, they're going to get them one way or another. One of the things that you can be looking for in this house is a new setting. This is set in the past. Way in the past. And this is going to be a cool house to visit. Emphasis on cool here. There will be snow. It will be cold. Oh, and the unknowing inhabitants that they decided to select? Yeah, that's Shady Brook Asylum. Sound familiar? It's because I already talked about them. Shady Brook Asylum is the backdrop for the Psychoscarapy series. Psychoscarapy had debuted in Halloween Horror Nights 13 in 2003. And that house scarred me for life. Mostly due to the bathroom scene. There was realistic wall art. It was poo, people! Not poo people, but poo. You know what I'm talking about. It definitely smelled like it. And Psychoscarapy came back in Psychoscarapy Maximum Madness in 2006 during Halloween Horror Nights 16. It also came back in Halloween Horror Nights 17 in 2007 for Home for the Holidays. That was pretty creepy. And Psychoscarapy came back in Psychoscarapy 4 Echoes of the Past during Halloween Horror Nights 20 in 2010. Psychoscarapy is pretty popular and has a rich history in Halloween Horror Nights. Be amazed for a really cool set design. Now, let's answer some questions. Andrew, will there be a chainsaw drill team this year? I know the answer, but I can't share the answer currently, which should give you an answer right there. My answer that I can give you right now is come to the park and see. Andrew, are you going to visit Halloween Horror Nights as a guest? Probably not. I don't know what my schedule is going to be, but chances are they're going to work me a lot. What ride events are going to be open during the event? Currently, Universal Studios hasn't given that list yet, so we don't even know. Are you in a house or a scare zone, and which one? First, I'm in a house. And second, I've been giving you a clue this whole video. If you can't see it or hear it, it's probably because I didn't speak it, and I still think that my house is gonna rock. So what house are you looking forward to? What do you think is gonna be the best scare zone? Share it with the rest of us in the comments below. Like the video, tap the like button, and subscribe so you get my videos the moment I upload them. I will see you in the next video.